We are at EPCOT today to rank all the rides here at this park. My personal rankings from 1 all the way through 11. I'm going to give you a little scale. We're going to have some fun, ride some rides, and you're going to know once and for all what I think about them. So come with me. I got you. Let's go do this. Now you might be wondering if I'm ranking the rides. What do I think of Mission Space? Why did I start over here at Mission Space? Well, I'm gonna tell you I don't think a lot of Mission Space. It's been years since I have done the Orange Mission. The Orange Mission is the more intense mission, and it spins you like that subterfuge or centrifuge or whatever it's called that the astronauts use for training for G-forces, that spins round and round and round and round super fast with you on the end of one arm. It reminds me of like I forget what cartoon it is, but when he's spinning, his face goes through so much pressure he ends up looking like Popeye for just a split second. It's kind of funny. I have to see if I can remember where that's from. But there's 2 missions. A while back they added the green mission, which is less intense. The problem is I'm also very claustrophobic. That one doesn't spin the same way as the other one, but it puts you in there very, very tight, very, very tight. And when you're already a big guy, and I'm very wide from front to back too, it's like if I breathe in deep, my chest touches the console, and my back is pressed, and I'm fastened in, and it's not good. I have ridden it. I rode it with my kids, the green ride. I've ridden the orange one. I've ridden them many times. I don't do them anymore. I'm gonna try to. You can't record during. You can record during the ride a little bit, but like I physically can't because I'm too big to move around. And for that reason, it is going to start out. We are starting at the bottom. This ride is just not for me. If you are prone to motion sickness, I would steer clear of this one. It gets me. I will be vomiting and crawling on my knees out of here if I do the orange, and I will be in a serious state of anxiety if I do the green because it's too tight in there for me. It's usually a short wait. The ride has been here a while, but we are skipping it today. So we are starting at the bottom of the list, and at the bottom of my list is going to be Mission Space. That's the only one I'm going to tell you to start off with. We're going to rank them all at the end, but this one gets a 1 out of 10 for me. So we're starting there. I'm tipping you off with that one. We got a lot more to do. Let's go do it. All right, so ranking the rides, I think it might be easiest to start at the front and kind of work our way around. So without further ado, you know where I'm starting. It's the first thing you come to when you walk through the front gate. It's Spaceship Earth. A slow-moving journey to the past that explores how the future was invented, one step at a time. Let's put in our coordinates. One thing about this ride, it's like a living history lesson, which I love, but it does stop a lot, which I don't love.
Ulis monis, aftin Sophian et clidu catatifen. Uranos, teie, catechun mala mistir. Getiol, lion de apoti mathematikin, Sophia.
It is always a lot of fun doing Spaceship Earth. Now, where does it rank? I mean, for nostalgia, it ranks a 10 out of 10, 100%. But when you're ranking the rides, it takes more of that into account, but you're always gonna have your own personal slant. I'm a history guy. I was a history teacher, so I kind of love that. It's not a thrill ride, so if that's what you're looking for, it would be lower. I think, I mean, I gotta give it, like, for all the things that I love about it, I gotta give it like an 8.5 or a 9. It's up there. It's up there. We'll go 8.75. It's high up there for me. I love the ride. I do it every time, and it's a nice way to relax and enjoy Disney World. Our journey to rank all the rides at EPCOT has brought us over to Finding Nemo, the seas with Finding Nemo and friends. Hey, might as well go grab a clamshell and go do it. This is a long winding queue with Nemo and friends, but usually the wait is pretty short. So like right now it's 10 minutes. But if it were full in here, it would be very, very long. The queue is cool, but it's pretty long. Still going. Look at all this. See what I mean? This queue could be problematic if it were full. Hello. And it is still going. I might have to cut a little bit of it out, but that was a 2+ flat out walk back and forth through this queue. So if it's full, that's a long time to look. It's a pretty queue. It's cool. It's nice in here. It's nice and cool. It's dark. Feels like you're under the sea. But if that was, I mean, you can walk, you know, a good ways in 2.5 minutes. So if you're walking at a dead walk, imagine if that was full in front of you. We're on board a clamshell. Oh wait, wrong ride. Still a clamshell though. Looks just like it. Just like the one at Little Mermaid, pretty much.
Oh, don't worry. Just keep your eyes open for him along the way.
Nemo!
Let's go explore, explore, explore. Let's go explore the big blue world.
Hey, Mr. Ray, we can't explore without Nemo.
I'm sure we'll see him any minute now.
Jellyfish! And the next one, jellyfish!
All right, Mr. Smarty Pants.
Stop playing games!
Games? I love games. Ooh, I'm thinking of something really get back.
What everybody's looking for!
part makes you feel like you're moving or falling just a little bit. All right, so the coolest part of that ride is when they project the characters into the actual aquarium with the actual fish as you're riding through there. And then when you come out here, you can come in and look at the actual aquariums and the actual fish. That's the best part of the ride, because you don't need the ride to do this part at the end. But that ride for me is not a high ranking. To me, it's like a poor man's Little Mermaid from the Magic Kingdom. You're in a very similar clamshell, but whereas in Little Mermaid you have the rocking soundtrack, these huge animatronics, and this massive 3D set that you're moving through. In here you're just kind of riding facing one way, looking at screens put inside of some like 3D wall decoration sort of. So it just, and I'm not a huge, to be fair, I'm not a huge Finding Nemo fan, so it's not like one of my favorites. So for me, this ride is like a 2.5 out of 10. And if it were crowded, there's no way I'd wait on it, because that queue is forever long. It's going to rank higher for you if you have some huge Finding Nemo fans. But you got to keep in mind that that queue could get really, really long, and I don't know that it's worth that wait. But we'll see how it shakes out with the rest of them at the end. That's where I have it for now, and let's go do some more. Our quest to rank all the rides has brought us to the Land Pavilion, where we'll find not one but two rides, not one but two rides on our ranking list. The first one up is everybody's favorite family thrill ride, Little Thrill, mom thrill ride if you want to call it that, is Soarin'. It's a classic. It's been here a long time. Not since opening day, but it's been here a while. It's a lot of fun. It's still a big draw. Maybe not as big as it used to be, but still a big draw. You're going to soar through the clouds over the world or California, depending on what they're running at the time. And then you're going to land right back here. So let's go do it. All right. Well, soaring is always fun. I mean, I love being blasted with the smells. My favorite is when you're soaring over the world and you soar over Africa and you're blasted with that like fresh grass smell, a little bit of dirt. I don't know what, that's my favorite smell. Reminds me of playing football, early Saturday mornings, fresh cut grass. I don't know. It's just a great smell. I love it. Wish they could get that right in a candle. But as far as rankings, that one is pretty high. That one's pretty high. And of course, I'm going to rank them in order at the end, but until then, I'm giving them a scale. And on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give, if I gave Spaceship Earth an 8.75, I'm going to give Soaring an 8.25. An 8.25. Doesn't hold quite the same nostalgia for me and the connection back to Walt's original vision, but it's a hell of a lot of fun and a must-do every time you come here. All right, finishing up with ranking our rides, ranking the ones here in the land, with Living with the Land here in the Land Pavilion. Blah, blah, blah. It is a slow-moving, dark boat ride through the different terrains and teaching us how to live in harmony with the land and how we grow things and things like that. It is actually higher up on my list probably than it's going to be for most people. But I really enjoy it, and I'm ready to go get on it, so let's go do it. Here we go.
A manera de recordatorio, no tomar fotos con flash y luz de video.
Start getting on this. We're coming up on my dream house. I want an updated farmhouse in the country, about 30 minutes or so from the city, and cornfield and plant pumpkins and all that stuff.
Of all the forces that work on the land, humans have had one of the profound effects. The need to produce food for a growing world led to the enormous
I love it.
and sometimes overuse.
It's like Smallville.
In our search for
The
more
Kent farm.
efficient ways to grow food, we often fail to realize the impact of our methods.
All right, that finishes us up in here on ranking the rides, the 2 rides in the land. Living with the land, you know, they're adding things now. They're adding little scenes in there that are Winnie the Pooh and I think Little Mermaid and Alice in Wonderland, and I can't remember this one, Snow White. So they're adding some things. They're sprucing it up a bit, and it was already one of my favorites. So on a scale of 1 to 10, if I gave Spaceship Earth 8.75, I can't rank it above it, and I can't rank it below. I'm gonna have to think about that one, but for right now, I'm going to give it the same. I'm going to give it an 8.75, and we will sort out the dirty details here at the end. All right, we got a few more rides to do, including journeying into our own imagination. All right, next up on ranking rides takes us over to journey into our imagination with Figment. Okay, let's go.
I'm Dr. Nigel Channing, Chairman of the Imagination Institute. Hello. On your tour, you'll see how the 5 human senses can help capture your imagination.
Oh, can I go too?
Absolutely not. This is one of our discoveries, the figment of imagination.
Yeah, I know all about the senses. There's sight, sound, smell, touch, coochie-coochie-go, and taste. Tastes like chicken. Can I go? Please, please.
No, I don't want you out of my sight.
Out of sight? Okay. Come on, everybody. Here we go.
A series of tones. Left ear, right ear. Left, right. Is it on? And hello?
Hello.
Who is this?
It's Figment.
Figment? I thought I told you not to interfere.
But you've got it wrong, Doc. It's not about listening with your ears. It's about listening with your imagination.
Now I've
Figment. You know, when we're ranking those rides, we're ranking rides like this. I try to keep in mind, and you have to keep in mind, everybody has different tastes and different ages and things like that. And this ride has gone through some changes over the years, but it's just one that I'm not going to make it a point to do unless it's like, you know, hot and I need something to do and there's no wait, which is the case when I do it usually. As far on a scale of 1 to 10, oh my, I mean, I would say that I can't remember what I gave the Seas with Nemo and Friends, but I would put it just slightly above that probably for me. I'll throw up a score ranking here because I can't remember what I'm ranking everything. But we'll see how they all shake out at the end. There's still some cool stuff out here to play with once you come through. And you used to be able to meet Wreck-It Ralph and Vanellope here sometimes, who were favorites of mine. And you can't do that anymore. They've replaced them with, you know, like characters from Joyful. But Figment's down, few rides left. Let's go do them. Now, next up on our Ranking Every Ride challenge here at EPCOT is over here in France. We have Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. I actually really like this ride. I think this is a beautiful expansion to the France Pavilion. There was supposed to be an expansion like this to the UK Pavilion, and we were supposed to get a Mary Poppins ride, and we were supposed to get an additional ride here of Beauty and the Beast, like the one that they have in Tokyo. We didn't get any of that yet. That got canceled under Chepik, kiboshed, dead on the vine. And but we did get Remy out of this, and we did get Guardians of the Galaxy, which we'll get to later. This was a copy-paste ride from Disneyland Paris. It's trackless technology. It has one of my favorite illusions. It looks like it's outside at night, but it's inside. The queue is awesome. But the ride is really cool. It's sort of a 4D because you feel the heat and you smell the smells. You get a little wet. You're moving and you have the screens and all that kind of stuff. So you get shrunk down to the size of a mouse, and you are going through the kitchen, and you've got to try to escape and everything be good at the end. It's a lot of fun. Let's go do it. Here we go. Anyone can cook, but not everyone wants to.
Venez, suivez-moi, je vous prie. Chef Rabbi is waiting for you. This way.
Voilà. Mais oui, that's it. What are you doing? Que manigancez-vous?
Uh-oh.
Hey, thanks for coming, everyone. Vous serez toujours les bienvenus chez À bientôt et bon appétit. Et oui, non?
All right, so with that one, I totally, before we rate it or anything, I recommend getting a lightning lane for that, or Frozen. Those are both bad long waits that are on the Genie Plus. So if you can get one or both of those, you are ahead of the game. If not, rope drop one of them and then get a lightning lane for the other. They really do build up lines, and that's a negative. The ride breaks down often with the trackless technology. That's another negative. But I do really like the ride. Man, it's starting to get harder to rank them. For me, I can't give it quite as high of marks because it doesn't have the nostalgia for me. It breaks down. Plus the getting on it is tough. All those things. So I'm gonna give it like a 7.75. And my numbers are probably not gonna equal out to my final rankings at the end, but we'll see. You try to keep up with all this throughout the day. I'm gonna say 7.75. I love it. It has a lot of rewritability. It's just fun. It's just fun. But It is not worth a 2-hour wait. Nothing, in my opinion, is, though. But it is fun, and we are getting down to it here. We've only got, what, I think Test Track and Frozen and Guardians left to do on our list. I have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure. Now the next ride on our ranking the rides list, is a conflict for me because it replaced Maelstrom, which is a traditional Viking river ride. And like, you know, my lineage is Viking and English and Viking, and I like the more traditional stuff, but I do like Frozen. My problem with Frozen is my problem with a lot of current Disney movies is they don't have clear-cut good villains. The first thing they teach you when you're writing, when you're learning to write and you're writing scripts and stuff like that, is when you're doing creative writing, is your story is only as good as the villain. You know, we remember so many stories. Star Wars, it's Darth Vader. Like without Darth Vader, you don't remember everything else as much. Even Han Solo toes the line between being a villain. But like when you go to Disney movies, Gaston, great villain. I mean, Cruella de Vil, straight up evil. The evil queen. I mean, these are clear-cut evil villains that you make you pull hard against them. Not just kind of, the villain's there. She's got to overcome this or that or the other. Like, have good villains again. But anyway, that's my tangent. When it comes to the ride, it's a river ride. It's the same ride pretty much as it was with Maelstrom, just a new overlay for Frozen and everything. They use the projection mapping on Anna and Elsa's faces. Not the craziest about that. I like the real animatronics. Sven and Olaf look awesome in here. But it is always hard to get. So you got to get, that's another knock on it, in my opinion. It's the wait, it's slow to load and unload. So the waits are always long. They're always like an hour and a half or more. So you got to rope drop it, or you got to get it in a Genie Plus. So that kind of stinks, but I do enjoy it. I do like the little thrill of the forward and the backward drop. You get a little wet, and let's go check it out. So I got a front row on Frozen all to myself. How cool is that? Here we go. All right, well, thank goodness I had a pass for that, because it's like a 70-minute wait right now. It's fun. I didn't record on there. I have to show so much, so I'll show you what I did record. I was actually seated with somebody because I'm here by myself, so I didn't record like me talking all the way through there, but I did record some. So enjoy. I hope you enjoyed that. It's fun. I'm trying to think because I keep forgetting what I rank these in terms of numbers. It's man, it's right there with Soarin' with me. It's right there with Soarin'. As I'll put the number up here that I think it is when I'm editing. It's a fun ride. I like Frozen. I'll have to put the number. I keep having crazy camera problems. I have to put the number up here when I'm editing because I can't keep track of all these. But it's right up there with Soarin' for me. I got to decide in the edit which way they go. See, I don't even know yet, so stick with me and you'll find out. Still have 2 to go. We are gonna take a ride on, well, something that I think is, I mean, is it something that you would do that you make a point to do, maybe not, but I love Donald and I love classic EPCOT. And in 2017, I believe it was, they rethemed I think it was called the Del River de Tiempo, or Del Rivers de Tiempo, the Rivers of Time, or the River of Time, into the Grand Fiesta Tour starring Three Caballeros with Donald, and I'm a sucker for Donald. And it is a relaxing little boat ride, and it's cool and dark, and you get to see the San Angel Inn Restaurante, and it's just a fun way to spend a few minutes, and it's classic. So to me, it's definitely awesome. Let's go do it.
Excuse me, have you seen a duck? Hey, hey, hey! Wrong duck! Bye-bye!
Say it like that. Viva Donald. I love that ride because I love Donald, but I also love the fact that it's been here. I prefer, you know, I'm going to be a little bit of a hypocrite because I don't like rethemes all that much to IPs, but that was rethemed to a classic Disney character in a very old Disney movie. I'm much more of the camp of keep the old stuff nice and clean and up to date with technology and make sure it stays in good working order. But if you're going to add things for new IPs and stuff, build new rides. Don't take away my nostalgia and the classic vintage nature of everything with Disney and replace it. Keep both. Like keep the nostalgia, keep the classics, and then add the new stuff and the new classics to create new nostalgia. And then you reach across time and generations. That's how I would do it, but I'm not in charge, at least not yet. All right, we have 2 rides left on our Rank the Rides challenge. It's time for the noisiest ride here. It is time for Test Track. Test Track is a simulation ride. You get to make your own car, design your own car. It's closing for refurbishment soon, so it's going to have a reimagining. So we'll see what happens to it. But for right now, we're going to rank it as is. I would like to see if they're going to go IP on it when they reimagine it. I would like to see it be Wreck-It Ralph, Sugar Rush. Wreck-It Ralph, the 2 movies have made like $1.4 billion at the box office alone against like only $250 total million of budget. And there's almost no representation in the parks of that movie, of Vanellope, of Ralph, and that is a completely Disney creation. It came out right after Princess and the Frog, like 2 years after. It was like the transition over into 3D. There's still some 2D in there, and I don't know why it's not more widely built up by Disney. I mean, because the box office loved it. It's made tons of money in merchandising and sales. On top of that, they actually made more money at the box office than Princess and the Frog, Encanto, and Turning Red combined. So when you think about that, yes, if they're going to reimagine it with an IP, I'd like it to be Wreck-It Ralph. But right now, let's go ride it and see where it ranks on our list. I'm taking the single rider line, so I'm not designing a car. small price to pay.
We'll begin with the capability test to see how your vehicle designs perform under challenging weather and surface conditions.
Monitoring road surface. SIM-car performance data acquired.
Let's see how your designs hold up now.
Commencing SIM-car off-road and extreme weather sequence. Capability test results displayed and verified.
Now let's see how your vehicles compare when it comes to their efficiency.
Scanning SIM-car for optimal eco-efficiency. Gauging eco-scan for aerodynamic efficiency.
That ride is, I mean, I know people say, oh, well, I drive faster than 69 miles per hour or 65 miles per hour. But you know what? If you could apply that same thing to Space Mountain only goes like 27 miles per hour. Thunder Mountain goes like, or Space Mountain goes like 23, and Thunder goes like 27, and Slinky Dog goes like 41, and you only get up to like 60 or so with Rock and Roller Coaster. So, I mean, you could kind of apply that to anything. You're not open and down and on a curved track and things like that. So it is a little bit different than driving your car. But at the same time, I don't know, the one in Disneyland is better, where they rethemed it to cars and you're actually racing someone and you go through and you see the animatronics, which are out of this world out there. But still, it is above, like, it's above Figment, and it's better than Figment and Finding Nemo and probably some others for me. I'm probably going to put that one squarely, like if 5 is the middle, I'm probably going to give it like a 6.5 or so. And we'll see how this all shakes out at the end. But I know we've got one big ride left, and I'm probably tipping my hand because I'm smiling, but it's time to wait on our virtual window to open so that we can save the galaxy with the Guardians. All right, on our Rank the Rides video, there is one big one left, and it is Guardians, like I mentioned. Our window is open. Let's go do it. First there's toast, now there's cake. This is making me hungry. Here we go.
This place is never gonna work. Okay, I walked onto your vehicle. Don't worry, I'm hopefully not stop this unusually large man. Then you're likely doomed.
No one's gonna stop rock and roll from existing.
Uh-oh.
I think we should park.
love that ride. I absolutely love that ride. I have always said that Tower of Terror is my favorite ride on property. This one challenges it. Like, I love that IP. I love the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. And this ride is like nothing I have ever, it's like no roller coaster I've ever been on. It's like gliding through air, everything about it, music, all that. It's a perfect ride. I can't, there's nothing I would change. Maybe, the only thing I would change is maybe use more of the music from the actual Guardians movies that was big in the Guardians movies, but that's it. And that's nitpicking. That ride is a 10 out of 10 for me. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. It is absolutely fantastic. That being said, it is time to rank them out. And I have tried to go back throughout the day and make some notes here in my handy dandy notebook to make sure that I've got this right. Got my notebook. Okay, starting from the bottom, you all know the bottom, I gave that away to start out the day. Starting from the bottom is Mission Space. I can't do it, can't ride it, don't like it when I did. It is at the bottom. It is a, if you can't give a 0, it's a 1 out of 10 for me. It is at the bottom. Next, starting from the bottom, at number 10 is The Seas with Nemo and Friends. It's not that much of a, I mean, I would rather ride Ariel, Little Mermaid a bunch of times rather than ride The Seas with Nemo and Friends. And that's not my favorite either. So it is at number 10. Number 9 is Figment. Figment comes in at number 9. You know, it's a classic ride, but I don't do it unless there's no weight on it, a ton of weight on everything else, and it's 1,000 degrees outside. Number 8 is Grand Fiesta Tour. Now, I would like to put that higher, but I mean, it's just a little riverboat ride. I mean, it is classic, and that's why the nostalgia puts it up higher for me than the other two, or than the other 3, but it is at 8. At 7 rolls in Test Track. Test Track is about to get rethemed, reimagined here soon. But right now, I mean, I still like going in. It's fast. It's fun to go around the outside to get a cool picture. It's fun. It comes in at number 7. This is where it starts to get hard. At number 6 comes in is Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. And I really like that ride a whole lot, but it breaks down a lot. It's hard to get on. You have to rope drop it, or you have to have Genie Plus. And I just, that's a knock in the book to me, just a little bit. And it's a copy paste. It's not really an original ride for here. And so it's going to be down there on my list at 6. At number 5 is Frozen. Now, I really do like Frozen, but I have to take points off of it because I'm a Maelstrom guy. I like Maelstrom. I loved it. It's Viking centered, so I really miss Maelstrom. That's not Frozen's fault. It's the same ride, just a Frozen overlay. But it is also hard to get on. It's slow to load and unload, takes forever. So that is a knock on it too. And so that brings it in at 5. Number 4 is Soarin'. And I'm gonna say that depending on the day, for me, probably 3 through 6 could be flip-flop depending on my mood and different things. But number 4 is Soarin'. Everybody's favorite family, quote-unquote, thrill ride. I still enjoy it every time. I love the smells. It comes in at number 4. At number 3 is Living with the Land. That's probably higher on my list than most people's. It's full of nostalgia. It has the farmhouse that's like just like the perfect idealized version of where I want to live. I love everything about it, and the little additions they've made, the enhancements add even more. So it comes in at 3. At number 2 is Spaceship Earth. I mean, it's the icon. It's in the icon. It's part of the icon. It was here day one. I'm a history guy. I was a history teacher. You ride back through history. It involves, you know, bringing history to life, kind of like space travel, time travel. It's in the icon. It's got all the things for me, and I love it. So it rolls in at number 2, and that leaves number 1. You already knew it. It is Guardians of the Galaxy, no question. It is one of the best rides I have ever been on of any kind. Absolutely. It is a must-do. People talk about getting motion sick on it. I have vertigo. Like I have a diagnosed medical condition where I can get motion sick and things like that pretty easy. It doesn't do that to me. So I don't know. I don't know if people are psyching themselves out about it or what. Everybody's different, but I absolutely love Guardians of the Galaxy. It is the number 1 ride for me here at EPCOT, and I just want to do it again and again and again. But let me know what you think of my rankings. Let me know your rankings in the comment. Did I have something too low, something too high? And if you've enjoyed this, I'll try to do some more of these. And please like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. And until next time, this is Chase with American Vintage Adventures saying have a great AVA day, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye. There's my notebook.